Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. I'm Tim Youngkin alongside David Clary here on AM 1290. And we're just moments away from tip-off of tonight's game between Oak Ridge and Johnson City Science Hill, where the winner moves on to the state tournament starting Thursday, March 13th at MTSU. Oak Ridge is trying to beat Science Hill for the second time in one season for the first time since 1989. They're also trying to beat the Hilltoppers in the postseason for only the second time. Besides the 2005 Substate win here by Oak Ridge, the Wildcats beat Science Hill 42-36 in overtime in the first round of the 1988 state tournament held that season at Vanderbilt. Tonight's game is here at the Wildcat Arena, where this season Oak Ridge is 12-1. They ended their road schedule with a perfect 12-0 record and 7-1 on neutral courts. Tonight, Quinche Dowdell will be approaching 2,000 points for his career. He's got 1,988. And if he reaches 2,000, he will be the only other player in Wildcat history other than Halston Lane to reach that mark. Halston Lane has 2,119 career points. He played from 1996 to 2000, many of you remember. Quinche also has 790 career rebounds. That puts him at number three all time. Jared Stevens has 1,251 career points. That puts him at number 7 on the all-time list. He is our all-time steal leader. He has 116 career three-pointers. That puts him at number 7. And he needs one to tie Halston Lane for 6th. As we count down, we've got about 3 minutes here left before tip-off. And I guess I'll just keep going over the stats here. Josh Gregory approaching 500 points. He's got 447 on the career. Tyler Clark also has 418 career points, 72 career three-pointers. That puts him number 16 on the all-time list. Demarcus Rogers has 370 career points. Tre Smith with 345. Tucker Trent, who has 50 career three-pointers. That puts him in the top 20. Has 215 career points. James Michel with 168. Jakari McClanahan with 108. And Ricky Norris here, his record at Oak Ridge is 147 and 58. And in the postseason, he's at 19-10 as he'll try to improve that to 20-10 tonight, Dave.
Yeah, I'm excited about it as we're getting ready for the starting lineups here in a few short minutes. We got a very nice crowd on hand here at the Wildcat Arena. We appreciate you listening to our broadcast wherever you might be. We had a huge crowd on Saturday night as the Lady Wildcats knocked off Morristown West to win the championship of the Substate. And they got a very tough draw, though, Tim Youngkin. They got to take on the Shelbyville Golden Eaglettes in the first round of the tournament. That'll be scheduled for a 7 o'clock Central Time ball game against the Golden Eaglettes. But that still actually could change if Middle Tennessee State's girls are in a tournament ball game at Murphy Center at the same time. They might move the games up so they start them earlier. Could be a 1 o'clock ball game, and of course we'll let you know on that for sure. But other teams that made the girls state tournament, Millington's taking on Greenville, Cleveland's taking on Smyrna, Wilson Central is taking on Bartlett. As I mentioned, the Wildcats taking on the Shelbyville Golden Eaglettes. Their first game will be Thursday, 7 o'clock Central Time at the Murphy Center, the campus of Middle Tennessee State University. Of course, the guys try to make the state tournament as well, but they have to go through a very good Hilltopper team with a lot of tradition. As you read through the tradition and the sub-states and the state championships they've won, it's a very, very tradition-rich basketball program.
That's right, Dave. As you remember, a few years ago was the 2005 Substate, a huge turnout in B-Gym. I would say this crowd rivals it. We'll see if we can get it as loud as it was in that game. Oak Ridge won by a deceivingly high score. That was a close ball game. As we're approaching game time here.
And we're about to have the national anthem here in a second as we broadcast here from courtside on AM 1290 WAT Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Not as many Hilltopper fans as I thought there might be, although it is, obviously a pretty long haul from Johnson City on a Monday night. And, when we were thinking back, Tim, to the Bearden ball game, the Region 2 championship game just a couple of weeks ago, we were thinking that we might be taking a long trip to Kingsport on that particular night. Then all of a sudden, Oak Ridge scored the 12 points from an 11-point deficit in about 2 minutes' time, and here we are, playing at home in the Substate.
That's right, Dave. That was a really tough athletic Bearden team. They were ahead most of the ball game. scoring baskets up and down the floor playing defense, and Oak Ridge finally got that fire and had a nice comeback to win.
We're about to have the starting lineups, as I mentioned, and the national anthem here from the Wildcat Arena. We have a tremendous crowd. A lot of fans are here from all over watching this one. I see fans from Maryville. I see fans from Lenore City. I see fans from Farragut in attendance here, and I'm sure we've got a few Clinton Dragons here as well. Here in a moment, we're going to go down up to the speakers here and try to pick up the national anthem, which will be sung once again by Teresa Seals. And Teresa does such a great job on the national anthem, and she's going to be doing that here again in a moment as the starting lineups also be introduced. It's Oak Ridge and Science Hill. Oak Ridge comes in at 31-2, while the Hilltoppers come in at 26-9. And now we're about to have our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare amongst thirsting air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Great job on the national anthem as usual. Say that every time, but I mean, she's near perfect just about every time she sings that.
Yeah, great voice there. We appreciate the live performance. You know, that's a lot. That's refreshing as compared to the CD we often hear.
But it sounds exactly like the CD. That's what's so amazing about it. As the student section is in a full attendance here, they're all wearing white tonight as the starting lineups are being introduced by the public announcer. Josh Odom gets to start. He is 6'3". He is a junior. He will be at a guard position for the Hilltoppers. Also starting tonight, a 6'4" junior, number 22, Tre Smith. And he gets the nod as a starter tonight. Also starting tonight for the Hilltoppers, wearing their burnt orange, kind of a maroonish color with a little bit of gold. They're going to stay Dietrich Hancock. He's 6 foot. He is a junior. The fourth starter is a 6'3" senior. That'll be number 34, Deontay Gray. He is a senior player for the Hilltoppers of Johnson City High School. And also starting at a forward position, a 6'5" junior. That'll be Larry Smith. And that's the starting lineups for the Hilltoppers of Johnson City, Science Hill. They're coached by Ken Cutlip, assisted by Randy Farrell, Kevin Vanoy, and Matt Ongi. It'll be now the starting lineups for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats, coached by Ricky Norris, assisted by Travis Walls, Kenneth Herring, along with Wesley Jones. Starting tonight for the Wildcats, as Oak Ridge goes for win number 32 and a state tournament appearance tonight against the Hilltoppers for Oak Ridge. Starting on the wing position, a 6'2" junior, that is Tyler Clark. And I'm not sure Tyler is feeling at his best tonight. Just by look at him, he looks like maybe he's just very, very into it. Also starting tonight will be Quinche Dowdell. Dowdell, the Appalachian State signee, will be starting, and he could be a big man, obviously, averaging about 20 points a ball game. Demarcus Rogers also starting tonight for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. The typical starting lineups also at the post position, a 6' junior, that'll be James Michel. We list him as 6'2", and the fifth starter on the wing position for the Wildcats will be number 20, Jared Stevens. And that's the starting lineups for the Oak Ridge High School Wildcats, coached by Ricky Norris. One win away from the state tournament. We said that Saturday, and that's the way it is. Now they got the two teams, everything. The coaches have done what they can do, and now it's up to the players to decide who's going to move on.
That's right, Dave. Looking over at the starting five for Science Hill, you know, it's kind of refreshing not to see the huge guys we saw for Bearden, but, you know, that can't change your attitude coming into this game. I mean, these guys are athletic. They're going to shoot it. They're going to battle hard. And, you know, hopefully Oak Ridge will take them very seriously, you know, because they're going to bring it all, Dave.
We're about to get set here, the Hilltoppers, and they're all gold with that little maroonish, burnt kind of maroon color. The Wildcats, and they're all white jerseys with cardinal and black trim. The jump for the Hilltoppers will be Larry Smith, 6'5", against 6'6". Quinche Dowdell, the Oak Ridge student section, making a lot of noise, and we're about to get set here from the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO. Ball controlled by Oak Ridge with the basketball, Jared Stevens, and we're underway in this Substate ball game. Tyler Clark for three to start the game. It's in and out, no good. Rebounded by the Hilltoppers. Pulling it away is Dietrich Hancock. Picked up in the rear court, brings the ball down to Tre Smith, dribbles out to the left corner, got it by Demarcus Rogers. In a lot of trouble, lobs the ball down low. They get the ball along the block, pull up, shake an 8-footer, it's up, no good. Rebounded up, no good. Tipped away and taken away by James Michel. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Jared Stevens going coast to coast, dribbles, stops, shoots, no good. Rebound, Quinche Dowdell puts it up, no good. Gets his own rebound, wants to power it back up, and he scores! Quinche Dowdell gives Oak Ridge a 2-0 lead. Here come the Hilltoppers and Demarcus Rogers. Reaches in and almost knocks it down. Wow, Tim, it is definitely loud here in the gym. It'll be Johnson City Science Hill to work the ball in. Hilltopper basketball to work the ball in will be on Deontay Gray. Works the ball down the floor. Here it comes to number 10, Josh Odom. 6'3" junior, works out to the top, guarded by Jared Stevens. Gives it up in the corner for a three-point shot, which is no good. Rebound, Quinche Dowdell. Wildcats with the basketball. Coming down the floor, Quinche driving, pulling it, turning, driving, shooting, and scoring. 4-0 Oak Ridge over the Hilltoppers. Here comes Johnson City facing Oak Ridge's full-court press once again. Here the ball is intercepted by Quinche. Dribbles to kicks the ball on the baseline, needs to move the ball out to Tyler Clark. Tyler for three, it's a big lead. If he hits it, it's no good. Rebound to Demarcus, kicked away from him, saved on the floor by James Michel. Oak Ridge basketball. They work the ball and they throw the ball away. Intercepted by Odom. He brings the ball down the floor. Odom works the ball on the baseline. They get a shot off. It's up, no good. What's the call? Personal foul against Oak Ridge's Jared Stevens. That'll be the first foul called in the ball game. 6:37 to play first quarter. That'll send the Hilltoppers to the free throw line.
Yeah, good to see the Oak Ridge press working early. Got a couple pickoffs. Not able to turn them into points yet as Tyler Clark missed an open three that time. Hopefully he'll get his shot under control as the Hilltoppers missed their first free throw. You know, Science Hill's got a very quick, athletic team. It seems like they're shocked a little bit, maybe a little bit anxious starting this game. And we'll see how it works out, though.
Well, it's extremely loud as he shoots towards the Oak Ridge students. He missed them both. They get the rebound, though, go right back up with the shot. It's short. Rebound to Quinche. Wildcats in the lead. Here they come down the floor. Demarcus Rogers. Wildcats up 4-0. Here's Demarcus outside the three-point line. Dribbles in. Kicks the ball back out to Stevens in the right corner. Jared around a screen by James Michel, goes in for the shot, no good. Stripped to the ball by Science Hill. Here come the Hilltoppers, moving right to left, trailing 4-0. 6:15 to play. They'll drive on the left side with Josh Odom. He's 6'3" junior. He works the ball to the midcourt circle. Comes off to the left with a pass. Here it goes out to Larry Smith. Oak Ridge student section just going nuts. They get a three off. It's on its way. It's good. 3-point shot for Josh Odom. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Up by 1, 4-3. Wildcat basketball. Jared Stevens dribbles to his left, gives it out to Quinche. Quinche dribbles outside the line. Back he goes to Stevens. Jared Stevens works the ball around a screen to the left side to Demarcus Rogers. Wildcats up by 1, 4-3. Demarcus facing his own once again. Coach Norris stomps his foot to get attention, gives it over to Tyler Clark. They continue to give him some shots. Hasn't been able to get one to fall yet as Oak Ridge works it out to Demarcus Rogers. Works it out to Tyler, around to Jared Stevens in the left corner. Wildcats up by 1, 4-3. Here it goes out to Demarcus, kicks it out to Jared, dribbles, stops, cannot shoot. Wildcats by 1. Good defense, Johnson City, Science Hill. Unable to penetrate. Demarcus calls a new play. 5:17 to play first quarter. 4-3 our score from a full Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge basketball. Here it goes Tyler Clark, top of the key. Dribbles in, penetrates, pulls it off the glass. No good. On the rebound will come the Hilltoppers. Coming away with it, Deontay Gray. They can take their first lead. They work the ball to the corner. Big number 32 with the basketball. A little bit of trouble. Bounce pass down low. Taken away by Tyler Clark. Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats with the ball, up by 1. Tyler brings the ball across the line. Guarded aggressively by Josh Odom. He works it out to Demarcus. Demarcus around a screen, goes in for the shot. Before that, he's fouled. Personal foul called against the Hilltoppers. 4:43 to play in the first quarter. And the Oak Ridge student section really making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I got to give it to the whole crowd here, the student section especially. The Hilltoppers, they're a very athletic team, but they look a little bit nervous right now, not able to handle the ball too well on offense, not being too disciplined on defense as they fouled Demarcus on a good drive there.
Oak Ridge basketball, Tre Smith, Josh Gregory in the ballgame. Quinche dribbles, drives, shoots, scores. Quinche Dowdell, and he steals the inbounds. Goes in for the shot to Tre Smith, he scores. Oak Ridge's press gets quick buckets, and Oak Ridge is up by 5, 8-3. Here come the Hilltoppers, pulling up, shooting, clang off the iron, no good. Rebound to the Hilltoppers, driving, stopping, everybody blocks it. Ball's knocked away by the Hilltoppers. They say touch last by Oak Ridge. Wildcats stealing the inbounds, getting a 5-point lead, 8-3, 4:20 to play in the first quarter. Hilltopper basketball side court. To work the ball in will be Tre Smith on the right extension. In front court, bounce pass goes down low, and it goes to number 23, Ashlyn Adams. Guarded by Josh Gregory, kicks the ball back out to the top of the circle to Jamison Hamilton, 5'10 junior. Around the right side to Gray, kicks it out on the left side. Gray to Hamilton, cut off. Jared Stevens cannot shoot. He kicks it over to Smith. Tre Smith drives in, gets a layup, good. Blew past his defender, and the Wildcat lead is cut to 3. 8-5 the score, 3:56 to play first quarter. Tre Smith down the floor for the Wildcats. 3:52 to play. First quarter action here at the Wildcat Arena. Substate action here on WATO. Jared Stevens dribbles. Left extension, free throw line, shoots from there, it's no good. Rebound to the Hilltoppers. Coming away with it, Josh Odom. Odom brings the ball across the line, they dribble in, and there's a steal by Oak Ridge. Wildcats had it, Quinche battles, can't get it. Now it's a jump ball, the alternate possession arrow to the Hilltoppers. The Wildcats up by 3, 8-5. The Wildcats misfiring a little bit from the perimeter. I think this crowd has something to do with that. They're a little overpumped, I believe.
That's right. I mean, the Wildcats have had, quite a bit of trouble from outside as of late at Bearden and the region tournament. They weren't able to hit. I was hoping they'd be more comfortable here at home, but this crowd, everybody's going to be nervous.
Here come the Hilltoppers driving in. Shot is on its way. It's up, no good. On the rebound, Oak Ridge. Josh Gregory has it to Demarcus Rogers. Oak Ridge on top of the Hilltoppers, 8-5. Demarcus dribbles, penetrates, drives, shoots, no good. On the rebound will come number 23, Ashlyn Adams. Adams, the full length of the floor, driving, pulling up at the free throw line, pulls up, cannot shoot. They kick it out to left, and there's a travel. Travel called against Jamison Hamilton. Will give Oak Ridge the ball right back. Our camera personnel tonight, we got Michael Singleton, James Branson, Nick Suttles. We have Taylor Lane up top, along with, let's see, I'm not exactly sure what else we have up there. We have Mike Sheehan side by side with me here, along with Tim Yunkin. Down the floor will come the Wildcats. Demarcus Rogers brings the ball across the line. 3:03 to play first quarter, 8-5 Oak Ridge. Tucker Trent outside the line, gives it over to Tre Smith. Looks down low to Quinche, gives it to him. Drives in, lays it in, and scores. Quinche Dowdell off the glass, and Oak Ridge leads 10-5. Oak Ridge with a full court press. This time they get the ball in. Down the floor, number 22, drives in, shoots, and scores. They score down the floor with Ashlyn Adams. Here comes Oak Ridge back the other way. Demarcus Rogers dribbles, stopping, pulling, shooting. What's the call? A charge against Demarcus Rogers. Turn the ball over with 2:36 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge on top by a score of 10-7.
I tell you what, Dave, these Hilltoppers, they're not huge in size, but they're quick and they're going to stay in front of you on defense. Demarcus Rogers a little bit out of control there. You can't commit to the basket unless you have a wide open shot there. He's got to look other places.
10-7 is our score as the baseline drive is going to give Oak Ridge the ball back. Wildcats, let's see, what's the call? The Wildcats are going to get it underneath the go, up by 3, 10-7. 2:36 to play first quarter. The winner advances to the state tournament. The loser ends their season. Oak Ridge basketball, here it goes. Corey McClanahan's on the left wing. Jared's got it in the right wing. Jared dribbles out to the right. Dribbles in, cannot penetrate left. Somebody's got to be open. It's going to be Demarcus Rogers. 2:26 to play first quarter. Oak Ridge on top by 3. Here goes to Jared, top of the circle. Jared Stevens dribbles left, bounce pass. Quinche Dowdell puts it in and scores. Quinche Dowdell off the glass.
Huge game already for Quinche. He's got 10. Also a huge presence on the press as they almost pick it off. Hilltoppers finally get it across half court. Drive all the way in, pass it. And there's a foul being called. I believe it's a block.
Offensive foul.
Oh, offensive foul. My fault.
Going to go against number 34, Deontay Gray. Oak Ridge on top by 5, 12-7, 2:05 to play in the first quarter. Oak Ridge basketball playing with James Michel, Demarcus Rogers, Quinche Dowdell, Jakari McClanahan, and Jared Stevens. Here come the Wildcats down the floor, up by 5. 12-7, a minute 59 to play first quarter. Demarcus dribbles off to the right. Wildcats give it back out to Stevens. Looks down low, dribbles to his left, bounce pass to Quinche. Wanted to shoot, does from the baseline. Good! Quinche Dowdell taking them apart here, and Oak Ridge's lead is 7. Here come the Hilltoppers down the floor. Number 22 drives, kicks it out to a baseline jumper, which is up and good. They score with Ashlyn Adams. Here comes Oak Ridge back the other way. Here goes to Demarcus Rogers, 5-point game. Demarcus, little 15-footer. It's no good. Rebound to the Hilltoppers. Quick shot that time by Demarcus. Good drive, though, as they bring the ball down the floor, all the way down to the baseline. Cut off nicely by James Michel. Wildcats by 5, Hilltopper basketball. Jamison Hamilton with it, a minute 17 to play first quarter. Behind the back dribble by Hamilton, guarded by Demarcus Rogers. Looks to his right, looks to his left. Works the ball to the top of the circle. Jared's got to get up on defense. They get a 3 off. On its way, Clang off the iron, no good. Quinche's got the rebound. 1 minute to play. Quinche brings it across the line. Works the ball to his left to Jared Stevens. 5-point Oak Ridge lead. 55 seconds to play first quarter. It's Oak Ridge and Johnson City Science Hill, the Wildcat Arena. 14-9 the score. Jared dribbles to his left. Comes out to the right corner. Looks to his left. Dribbles in. Penetrates. Drives. Pulls up. Shoots. No good. Rebound to the Hilltoppers. Not a good shot. Then nobody's back on defense, and they're going to get a shot off. It's good. They score, and the Wildcats lead is 3. 14-11 the score. 28 seconds to play. The Wildcats taking some wild, crazy shots here in the first quarter. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor with the final 21 seconds ticking down.
That's right, Dave. As we discussed at the Region 2 Championship, the Oak Ridge, when they're not in transition, they've got to be patient on offense. Demarcus works the ball right. Trying to find an open shot. Jakari passes it left to Jared on the wing. Moves inside to James on the baseline. Puts it up. Rolls around the rim. No good. Jakari McClanahan with the rebound, but he's stripped as time expires in the first quarter.
Second break here. Send it back to Josh Murray. The Wildcats on top by 3. 14-11 our score. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena with the second quarter in 60 seconds.
Bath and Body Works, I can tell.
Quit taking these crazy shots. Back here at the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WAT Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. David Clary, Tim Youngkin, along with Taylor Lane, Nick Settles, Michael Singleton, James Branson, along with Mike Sheehan here. Josh Murray back at our engineer back in the studios at WATO. Oak Ridge on top 14-11. Wildcats have had their way inside when they wanted to. Tyler Clark gets a 3, boy, they need it. No good. Big rebound, out of bounds, last touch by Josh Gregory. Wildcats have the big lineup in. When the Wildcats have wanted to go inside, they've been able to do so.
That's right, Dave. In the first quarter, there was a lot of chaos, and the only order there was Quinche Dowdell's 12 points out of Oak Ridge's 14. Hopefully we'll calm down a little bit, get some rotation on the offensive end.
Hilltopper basketball. They trail by 3, 14-11. On the baseline, it goes out to Danny. To the top it goes. Working the ball to the top. Here it goes, number 21, Jamison Hamilton. One-on-one, there's a travel called against Ashlyn Adams. Didn't put the ball down on the floor, and Oak Ridge will get it on their turnover. 7:23 to play second quarter here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge on top by 3, 14-11 the score. So far, Tyler, I'm telling you, Tyler doesn't feel well because he's been off on his shot tonight as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor. Here it goes to Jared Stevens. Oak Ridge basketball, Tre Smith with it. Right side to Tyler, lobs it to Quinche on the baseline. Fakes his man out, drives in, gets an easy layup, good, and he's fouled. Man, Quinche Dowdell just schooled Ashlyn Adams along the baseline, and Oak Ridge has a 5-point lead.
Great head fake right there by Quinche Dowdell. He may have faked out the cameraman as well. He dribbled, and was able to lay it right in the basket as he was fouled for and one. He's going to the line. Pretty good shooter from there.
Yes, he is. Somebody stole my stats, but he's not a bad shooter. 16-11 our score. Shot is up. No good. Rebound to Science Hill, and Tre Smith steals it. Jared Stevens. No, it's Tre driving in, shooting, no good. Quinche gets the rebound, good. Quinche Dowdell gives Oak Ridge a 7-point lead. Wildcat basketball. Here come the Hilltoppers against Oak Ridge's pressure. With the basketball, Deontay Gray brings it across the line with a bad pass coming our way. Picked up nicely by Deontay. Out to the right it goes, out to Jamison Hamilton. Got it by Jared Stevens. Trapped by Jared Stevens. And Quinche Dowdell throws the ball down low. They get a shot off. Good. Wildcats give up an easy one. 5-point game. 18-13. The ball is knocked out by Science Hill. 6:31 to play. The Wildcats have had slight breakdowns on their defense here as the Wildcats substitute Quinche out of the ball game. Wildcats have Tucker Trent in the ball game for the first time. Oak Ridge by 5, 18-13, 6.5 minutes to play second quarter. Here from the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO. Missed shot by Jared Stevens, taken away by number 21, Jamison Hamilton. He works it out for a wide open three. It's no good. Josh Gregory's got the board. Gregory looks and gives it over to Tre Smith. Wildcats by 5 with a basketball. Tre dribbles to his left, penetrates in, kicks it out. Tucker Trent, three-pointer on his way. Good! Three-point shot. Tucker Trent. And Oak Ridge lays 21-13. 5 minutes, 59 seconds to play second quarter. Pass into number 22. That's Chris Smith. Got it by Tre Smith. He dribbles all the way coast to coast, all the way in, throws the ball away. And Oak Ridge will get it on their turnover.
That's been the story, man. The Oak Ridge pressuring frantic Hilltopper offense, and they've luckily sometimes they'll throw it down low, get an open shot, but a lot of throwaways also. Oak Ridge works it down low to Josh Gregory, turns hook shot, no good. Rebound to the Hilltoppers. They heave it up court. Easy layup for 34.
Wildcats lead is back to 6 right now, 21-15. The Wildcats got beaten down the floor. 21-15 the score, 5:24 to play here in the second quarter. Down the floor, Oak Ridge's Jared Stevens, dribbling, driving, giving it out to Tre. Tre pulls up, cross court, throws the ball to Johnson City. The ball is knocked away by the Hilltoppers. 5:14 to play, second quarter. Jared Stevens comes out of the ball game. Tyler Clark comes out of the ball game. Josh Gregory comes out. Wildcats have Quinche Dowdell, Jakari McClanahan, Tre Smith, Demarcus, and Tucker. Wildcat basketball, 21-15, Oak Ridge in the lead. Packed house here at the Wildcat Arena. Wildcats in the lead as Demarcus works it out to Jakari at the midcourt circle. Penetrates in, no place to go, and almost throws the ball away. Ball is knocked away by Science Hill. I'm surprised Jakari didn't shoot it. Got great penetration in there, just didn't take the shot.
Yeah, he had an open shot, or he could have hit a couple players down low. I think Quinche was open. Instead, he decided to kick it out. It was tipped by the Hilltoppers and went out of bounds.
Oak Ridge basketball, Tre dribbles. Jakari for three, it's big. It's no good though. On the rebound, the Hilltoppers. Wildcats misfire, get beaten down the floor once again. Once again, they're gonna have to start defending. Here goes number 30, Spencer Bradley. Holds it and gives it up to number 34. Wildcat lead is 21-15. Wildcats have got to get a little better defensive set here. Wildcats have had a couple breakdowns. There's a whistle and a travel, or is it a foul? Personal foul called against Oak Ridge. Fouls have not been a factor at all in this ball game. It's only the third foul called against Oak Ridge. 4.5 minutes to play second quarter. 21-15 Oak Ridge in the lead. Hilltopper basketball. They'll work the ball with Dietrich Hancock. Dietrich looks, fires, layup. Good. Too easy. Wildcat lead is 4. Wildcats giving up too many easy shots as the Wildcats bring the ball down the floor. Here it goes to Tre Smith. Tre dribbles outside on the right wing. Lobs it out to Demarcus Rogers. Wildcats in the lead, 21-17, a 4-point advantage. Wildcats have led the entire way, but they've been able to boost it up, though. Wildcats had just schooled the Hilltoppers inside early on. The Wildcats have got to go back down low as they work the ball to Jakari in the right corner. Cross court pass goes out to Tre. Tre dribbles, pulls up, shoots, and scores. Tre Smith, little left-handed shot, and Oak Ridge leads 23-17. Hilltopper basketball, 3:50 to play, second quarter. Here comes Johnson City down the floor. A near steal by Quinche. Wildcats will go back on their half court. With the basketball, Deontay Gray, 23-17. Gray with it on the left side, works it out to Dietrich Hancock. Top of the circle to Bradley. Bradley stripped to the ball by Tre. Tre's got it. Throws the ball to Quinche. Quinche's driving. Quinche's pulling up. He's fouled. No call. Gets his own rebound and missed the shot. Battles for the rebound. Taken away by the Hilltoppers. Then they fall down. That's got to be a travel. Ball's picked up on the floor and it's thrown away. Wildcat basketball. Did that guy not fall down and travel with the basketball? They didn't call it. The Oak Ridge basketball in a very intense first half. 23-17 Oak Ridge in the lead. 3:19 to play first half.
That's right. The Hilltoppers offense not doing too well. They're still in it. The only points they've scored, I believe, have been layups and shots in the paint. They're not doing too good from outside. They're just continuing to get behind the Oak Ridge defense. Jared Stevens at the top and key, dribbles right. He drives, puts it up. No good. Looked like he was fouled. Hilltoppers bring it back.
Down the floor will come the Hilltoppers once again. With it come number 23, Ashlyn Adams. Holds the ball, looks to his left, gives it up to number 34. Deontay Gray shoots, no good. Long rebound. James Michael's got it for the Wildcats. 6-point Oak Ridge lead. 2:50 to play second quarter. Demarcus Rogers with it. Dribbles, kicks it out Quinche in the paint. Head fakes, drives, shoots. Does he score? Is it a charge? Is it a block? It's a charge. That time the Wildcats pick up the offensive foul. 2:43 to play against Quinche. That'll be his first personal foul. And with 2:43 to play, it'll be Science Hill basketball side court. Tre comes out of the ball game. Jakari McClanahan also comes out. Quinche's coming out. Tyler Clark back in. Oak Ridge by 6, 23-17. 2:43 to play second quarter. Wildcats putting on the full court press. Trying to get the ball in. They throw the ball in. Passes knocked away by Science Hill. Be Oak Ridge basketball. Jared was guarding Josh Odom. Josh Odom, they list him as a junior, but he's got a very young face. He looks much younger than just a junior in high school. He looks much younger. Wildcats get it on their turnover. 23-17, 6-point advantage for the Wildcats. 2:40 to play in the second quarter. We're on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and on the internet, prepradio.com. 23-17 Oak Ridge. The winner goes to the state tournament. Girls are in the state tournament. Jared thought about a three, couldn't get it off. Now we'll shoot it. Top of the key. Good! 3-point shot. Jared Stevens, they let him plant his feet, and he nails it. And down the floor will come the Hilltoppers. They'll drive in, unable to shoot a shot. They work the ball to the right. Number 10's got a wide open look at a three. It's no good. Who's got the rebound? Tyler Clark of the Wildcats. Tyler right down the middle of the floor. Brings it across the line with 2:06 to play in the second quarter. Oak Ridge up by 9. 26-17. The girls will play Shelbyville at 8 o'clock Eastern time on Thursday night unless Middle Tennessee State has a girls tournament ball game. Oak Ridge basketball. Minute 52 to play second quarter. Jared drives in, gets a shot off. No good. Had to be. They're just not calling anything, but they're calling it both ways. I mean, they're just not calling anything, and I like it.
Yeah, Dave, Jared, he got pretty good elevation there, but I think it was, I'm not sure who it was, on Science Hill they matched him step for step, was able to hit it pretty hard, got a good piece of his arm too, knocked it out of bounds. Thankfully, with no foul call there, it's still Oak Ridge ball. 26-17, Oak Ridge in the lead. Jared Stevens try to work the ball in, and it comes to Tyler in the right corner. Tyler Clark dribbles, stops, gives it out to Stevens. Jared around a screen by James Michel. The Wildcats work the ball back to the top. Jared pulls up, shoots a three. It's off the mark. Rebound tip back up. Quinche's got it. Wants to shoot. Had to be fouled. No, it's just out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson City. I agree, Coach. A lot of contact. They're just not calling underneath the goal there. Oak Ridge by 9. 26-17 the score. Minute 33 to play in the second quarter as the Wildcats will work the ball in. To work the ball in, in a minute, I think a contact has come out of Quinche Dowdell, our crack cameraman Michael Singleton right on top of that, as the Wildcats will, let's see, a minute 33 to play in the first half, will work the ball in. Wildcats work it into Jared Stevens. He barely saves it before he goes out of bounds. 26-17, Oak Ridge in the lead. Wildcats need to go back inside. Quinche was getting easy points early. Works around a screen to Jared. No place to go. Gives it out to Clark. Now gives it in to Quinche. Pulls up, shoots. No good. Rebound to the Hilltoppers. Then a steal by Oak Ridge and a foul called against the Hilltoppers. It's going to go against number 22, Tre Smith. Quinche just stole the ball. Personal foul is only the 5th called against the Hilltoppers. It goes against Tre Smith. Wow, what a ball game, Tim. Yeah, Quinche. I don't think number 22 even knew Quinche was there when he picked it off. Quinche getting it done on both sides of the ball. He's got 16 of Oak Ridge's 26. I want to see the Wildcats spread it out a little bit more, though, just so they can have something to fall back on, rely on if Quinche doesn't hit.
Oak Ridge basketball. Demarcus Rogers with it. Outside the line. The Wildcats on top by 9. 26-17. Demarcus in the midcourt circle. Down to 1 minute to play in the first half. The winner goes to the state tournament. The loser is Great Seasons here. Wildcats by 9. Jared Stevens dribbling, penetrating, driving, gets a shot off, no good, draws the foul from the Hilltoppers, and Jared Stevens will go to the free throw line. Wildcats up 26-17, 51.5 seconds to play. The Wildcats trying to beat Science Hill for the second time this year. The man fouled is Jared Stevens, and Jared will go to the free throw line. Jared on the year is a 73% free throw shooter, averaging 15.8 points per ball game. Thanks a lot for the graphic on the television screen as Jared shoots the first of 2, no good. Hits the front end of the rim. Oak Ridge trying to go up 10. That would be the biggest lead of the night. 51 seconds to play first half.
That's right, Dave. Jared not hitting too much from the floor, but he's attacking the basket well as he draws the foul this time. He's hit a 3, and that's the only basket he's made as he's about to put up his second free throw. It's up, and it is good. Puts him at 4 points for the night.
10-point lead for Oak Ridge, 27-17. Tyler Clark comes out of the ball game. Tre Smith is going to be guarding number 23, Ashlyn Adams. There are Hilltoppers trying to work the ball in. They do work it in, and it comes to Josh Odom. Odom going to Demarcus Rogers in the rear court, 47 seconds to play. Second quarter action. Bringing it across the line is Josh Odom, top of the circle. They get a 3 off. It's on its way, it's no good. Quick shot for them. Wildcats can close out the first half with the basketball and get the final shot. Kind of surprised Science Hill took the shot so quick. They still had about 35 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Dave, they've been doing that all night long, and Oak Ridge did a little bit too early. But Oak Ridge just seemed to calm down a little bit, spread the ball out on offense, get a good rotation in. But Science Hill still looks a little frantic, a little nervous on offense.
Oak Ridge on top by 10. The Wildcats playing for the final shot here in the second half, here in the second quarter that is. Jared Stevens works around a screen. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Works the ball out to the right. Works the ball in. Demarcus does. He's fouled. Demarcus Rogers will go to the free throw line. 0.6 seconds to play. I thought I heard my name there, Tim. I was like, what in the world are they talking about? The game's going on. We're up by 10. And I'm hearing my name being yelled out by the fans.
Yeah, Dave, they love you here. That's for sure. Hall of Famer. I thought the attention would be on the play there. As DeMarcus was fouled. He puts up his first of 2 free throws. It's no good off the front of the rim.
0.6 seconds to play. DeMarcus will have one more as James Michel and Jakari McClanahan check in. Jared Stevens, Quinche Dowdell checks out of the ball game. DeMarcus to the free throw line. 27-17, Oak Ridge by 10. Winner goes to the state tournament. The loser is done. DeMarcus shoots. No good. As the first half comes to a close. Well, the Wildcats didn't take advantage of their free throws. They lead it by a score of 27-17. Tim, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, I'll tell you what, without Quinche Dowdell, I would say Oak Ridge would be in trouble right now. But on the other side of things, Science Hill struggling on offense. Most of their points coming on basically getting behind the Oak Ridge defense and getting easy layups. But so, Oak Ridge, I believe they scored 7 straight points. Science Hill was in it much of the first half. They still are. It's
still anybody's ball game for sure.
Right. It's decently low scoring, so anything could happen from here today.
We're on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15, and on the internet, prepradio.com. Let's take a break. We'll send it back to our engineer at the station, Josh Murray. Oak Ridge by 10, 27-17. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena following this 3-minute timeout.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. I'm Tim Youngkin alongside David Clary here on AM 1290. We've finished one half of basketball here for the Substate ball game between the Oak Ridge Wildcats and the Science Hill Johnson City Hilltoppers. The score is 27-17. Wildcats leading after one half. I'll tell you what, on the offensive side of things, Quinche Dowdell, that's all I can really say tonight. He's got 16 of Oak Ridge's 27. And other than that, we have Tucker Trent hitting a big 3, Jared Stevens hitting a 3, along with a free throw, and Tre Smith with a couple layups for 4. That's all that's scored for Oak Ridge. On the other side of things, let's see, we have Ashlyn Adams with 4, Larry Smith with 4, and it's just all over the place for Science Hill. A fast first quarter. Oak Ridge led after 3. Tell you what, the Science Hill offense was just frantic, and the first quarter was just chaos, except for Quinche Dowdell, who I believe had 12 after the first quarter. And ball game still much up in the air, Dave.
Wildcats are 4 of 5 from the, or 1 of 5 from the free throw line. That's a key stat right there. Wildcats got to do better. One other key stat here, I don't know if you said this, but Jared Stevens only has 4 points, and for the Wildcats to be up right now by 10, that's not a bad stat, because you know he's not going to be held just to 4, because he's had some looks. He's had some looks of the shots. He just hasn't been able to get them.
That's right. He and Demarcus Rogers attacking the basket a little bit in the first half. They're getting hit pretty hard though. These referees not calling much, letting them play a lot in the first half. You know, I figure that'll continue. Jared Stevens, you know, well built, athletic. I'd say he'll come out with quite a few in the second half, and you know, I think that hopefully Oak Ridge will be able to hit a couple more from the outside as we move on.
Mike, you have any comments?
Well, you know, it's been an excellent first half for Oak Ridge. They've except, like you said, from the free throw line, they missed an awful lot of shots. The Johnson City defense has really come out strong, especially on our guards. They've really guarded Jared Stevens man for man. I mean, up front, that guy follows him every step of the way, and he's actually limited his shots enormously, and he's altered what shots he has taken. Jared's even lucky to have the 4 he has. If he wasn't such a great player, he wouldn't have that much. They're playing great defense. They've got to continue that and keep this pace up. It's been a very fast first half. They're not calling a whole lot of fouls, a lot of running up and down the court. These players have really been winded, and this is a great atmosphere for basketball, and it's going to be in a very exciting second half.
Thanks a lot, Mike. I appreciate that. Why don't we take a break here? 27-17. Brian Leffler, do you have a scoring update from Kingsport, Dobbins, Bennett, and Bearden?
I do, Dave. The Kingsport Indians are on top of the Bearden Bulldogs at the half, 27-26.
Thanks a lot. We're going to take a break here. Send it back to our engineer, Josh Murray. We're on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15, and the Internet PrepRadio.com. 27-17 Oak Ridge. We'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in 3 minutes. Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Tonight's game is being delivered by AT&T Bluetooth Wireless Technology. AT&T, your world delivers. Stop by the Westtown Mall location and ask about DSL service. Oak Ridge on top by 10. The second half about to get underway here. The Wildcats and Hilltoppers, the winner advances on to the state tournament. As the Hilltoppers get the ball first, Oak Ridge comes out with Tyler Clark, Demarcus Rogers, Jared Stevens, and Wildcats steal it. Tyler Clark steals the inbounds, and the second half opens that way. Tyler gives it over to Jared Stevens. The Wildcats up by 10 with the basketball. Jared dribbles in, penetrates. No place to go, gives it over to Demarcus Rogers. Looks inside to Quinche, can't get the ball to him. Jared drives in, works the ball in for a shot off the glass. No good. Quinche's got the board up good. Quinche Dowdell off the glass, and down the floor with the basketball will come the Hilltoppers. Oak Ridge by 12. 29-17 the score, 7:33 to play in the third period. Hilltopper basketball, then the ball's ripped away. Taken away by the Hilltoppers. They get a wide open look at a three. It's a brick, no good. Rebound to the Hilltoppers, and Jared rips it away. They get the shot off, and they score. Number 32, Dietrich Hancock. Here comes Oak Ridge quickly the other way. Jared Stevens dribbles in, pulls up at the free throw line, and backs it up. 10-point Wildcat lead. 29-19 the score, 7:10 to play in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top with the basketball at the Wildcat Arena. Packed house as Oak Ridge goes into Tyler. Tyler goes up for the shot, stripped of the ball, saved by James Michel. Wildcat basketball back to Clark he goes. 29-19 Oak Ridge in lead. Tyler one-on-one against Adams, lost the ball, picks it up, gives it over to James Michel, back to Clark. Tyler Clark dribbles out to the left, dribbles to his right. Tyler's determined to go inside and throws the ball down low. It's knocked away by Quinche Dowdell. Wildcats must have set that play to Tyler because he was not going to give up the ball for anything.
That's right, Dave. Try again right there. You know, unfortunately, these Hilltoppers are quick. They're going to stay in front of you. You know, rip the ball away from him a couple times.
Here come the Hilltoppers down the floor against the Oak Ridge press. Wildcats cut them off. They're up by 10. Driving with it will come number 22, Chris Smith. Goes in for the shot. No good. Oh, man. Oh, swatted away by Quinche Dowdell into the third row. They got one inside. Quinche just knocked it away. 29-19 the score. Tyler comes down to the ball again. The Wildcats replace him with Tre Smith. Hilltopper basketball, trying to work the ball in. Johnson City, they work the ball in, they do. The number 54, he's in a lot of trouble. He works the ball to the top of the circle. Works the ball in along the baseline. They'll drive in, wanted to shoot, throws the ball away. James Michel had it, it's knocked out by the Wildcats. 6:22 to play. 29-19 the score. I'm not exactly sure what Coach Norris said. I think he said that the guy stepped across the baseline or the sideline.
I'm not sure, Dave. Maybe he wanted one of his Wildcats to step into the passing lane there. I don't know. Maybe he thought that should have been an easy pickoff for the Wildcats. They're pressed for the most part, getting it done though. The Hilltoppers not able to get easy baskets under the basket either. Oak Ridge has been staying behind the Hilltoppers offense, so no easy points here.
Wildcats, Coach Norris just got warned by the official about coming out of the box. 10-point game with the basketball, the Hilltoppers. Wildcats kick it out. They kick it out to right. They get a three off. It's going to be an air ball, no good. Tre Smith on the rebound. Not quite an air ball. Did hit the rim. Wildcat basketball. Tre's coast to coast with it. Off the glass, no good. Quinche's got the board. Falls down. What's the call? They're going to say a personal foul against Johnson City. Science Hill. It's going to go against number 22, Tre Smith. It'll be the first team foul called against the Hilltoppers. Oak Ridge in the second half. It'll be Oak Ridge to work the ball in. 6:01 to play. Third quarter, 29-19 the score. Demarcus Rogers will work the ball in. Demarcus looks, and then a whistle blows, and they're going to call a quick 5 seconds. Wow, that was the quickest 5 seconds. I don't know how that's possible. The Hilltoppers get the basketball. Wildcats not getting much calls as the Hilltoppers work the ball down the floor. 10-point game, 29-19, Oak Ridge in the lead. A near steal by Quinche. They loop the ball to the right, nearly throw the ball away, saved away by Deontay Gray. They get a three up, it's wide open, good. 3-point shot by the Hilltoppers, and Oak Ridge's lead is cut to 7. Wildcats have not looked good getting into their offensive sets here in the second half as Demarcus brings the ball down the floor. Demarcus dribbles in, pulls up, shoots, and scores. That's a great drive by Demarcus Rogers, and Oak Ridge's lead is back to 9. 31-22 the score. Here come the Hilltoppers down the floor. Ashlyn Adams lobs the ball across the line and nearly stripped of the ball, drives in, kicked it out for three, no good. Rebound, Demarcus. Demarcus Rogers has it. Oak Ridge by 9 with the ball. 5:19 to play, third quarter. Demarcus, Jared Stevens dribbles, backs it up. Didn't have a penetrating drive. Just dribbles out to the top. Now got a screen, a moving screen. Jared goes in for the shot, no good. Tip back up, no good. Taken away by the Hilltoppers. Jared just can't get his shots to fall. Down the floor comes Johnson City. Oak Ridge by 9. They've got the basketball. Number 23 with it. That'll be Ashlyn Adams. Out to the top of the circle it goes to Josh Odom. Odom at the midcourt circle. 31-22 Oak Ridge. 4:52 to play, third quarter. Hilltopper basketball. Here it goes to Larry Smith, 6'5 junior. Out to the top it goes. Deontay Gray with it. Working time off the clock. They'll penetrate in, kick the ball back out. Odom drives, kicks the ball back out to the big kid. Smith once again. They drive in, thought about shooting to number 23, Ashlyn Adams. Wildcat lead is 9. They get a three off. He's hit a couple. He missed that one, and Quinche's got the board. Here come the Wildcats down the floor, up by 9. Quinche accelerates as he brings the ball across. Free throw line jumper is up. No good, but Tre's got the rebound back up. No good. Tip, no good. Taken away by the Hilltoppers. Then they strip the ball away, and then the ball is taken away by Johnson City. Wildcats have to get back on defense.
Yeah, Dave, as the Hilltoppers drive down low, throw it away. Tre Smith picks it up. He's bringing it up court. It's a one-on-one here. Tre goes up for the layup. No good. And there's a foul called. Number 22, once again. That will Tre Smith. I believe that will be his fourth. You know, it seems like a little bit of tough luck for the Hilltoppers, but that's mainly due to good position, especially on rebounds by the Oak Ridge Wildcats.
Personal foul. They're going to call it, I believe, against James Michel. So kind of surprised the Wildcats are not getting any calls now. I agree with you, Tim. I thought it was that too. Oak Ridge has Tre Smith, Demarcus Rogers in the ball game. Tucker Trent, Jakari McClanahan, and Josh Gregory. Wildcats have not gotten into an offense much here in the third quarter. Still a 9-point lead for the Wildcats. Hilltopper basketball out to the top it goes. Here it goes, number 23, Ashlyn Adams. One-on-one against Tucker Trent. Dribbles to the left along the baseline. They drive in for shoot. That's a terrible shot. Demarcus Rogers on the rebound. 3:41 to play, third quarter. 31-22, Oak Ridge by 9. Demarcus Rogers around a screen by Tucker Trent. Dribbles in, no place to go. Tucker's free on the wing, but Demarcus backs it up. 3.5 minutes to play, third quarter, 31-22. Substate action here at the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. 5-second count is on Demarcus Rogers. He dribbles left, gives it up on the baseline to McClanahan. Cross court, Tucker's free on the right wing, and they didn't get the ball to him. 3:14 to play, third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 31-22 the score. Oak Ridge basketball. Wildcats with Demarcus Rogers. Here they go, dribbling out around a screen. penetrating the screen, and then a travel's called. I don't know what he tried to do. Demarcus, unfortunately, ran right into the defense and the screen. There was no place to go, and the Wildcats turned the ball over.
Yeah, a little miscommunication, it looked like there. The Hilltoppers still staying in front of our drives there. You know, they're a quick team. Not really able to get their offense going, though. They hit one three-pointer. I thought they were starting to look a little better on the offensive end, but they've missed a few since then.
31-22, 9-point advantage for the Wildcats, but the Hilltoppers just hanging around right now. Here they come, drive, pulling up, shooting off the glass, no good. Rebound, Tucker Trent. Wildcat basketball. Hilltoppers can't buy a bucket. Here comes Oak Ridge down the floor. Jared Stevens to his right. Backs up with his dribble. 2:40 to play, third quarter, 31-22. Jared, Tucker, big shot. Three-pointer, no good. Josh Gregory, big board, no good. Battles for the rebound, can't get it. Neither team can shoot right now. Here come the Hilltoppers down the floor. Number 30 with the basketball. That's Spencer Bradley. He drives in. That's got to be a charge. It's wiped off. Offensive foul against the Hilltoppers. Neither one of these two teams can shoot right now, Tim.
That's right, David. It's just transition after transition. You know, bring it down, try to set something up, and then just a missed shot, and it starts all over again. You know, hopefully the Wildcats will be able to pull away here in a little bit. It's dangerous to let a team like the Hilltoppers hang around for this long, because anytime they could just get hot and tie it up. I mean, they're only down 9 at this point.
2:17 to play, third quarter, 31-22 the score. Not a whole lot of scoring here in this period. Tyler Clark dribbles, thought about dribbling in. He's going to back it up. Tyler Clark in the midcourt circle. The Wildcats have Jared Stevens, Josh Gregory, Quinche Dowdell, and Tre Smith in the ballgame. Oak Ridge on top, 31-22. Tre with the basketball. Nobody really has scored much. The Wildcats had 27 at the end of the first half. They've only scored 4 points, 5 points for the Hilltoppers here in the third quarter. Tyler around a screen, dribbles to his right, gives it back out to Jared Stevens. Whatever they're trying to do there with Tyler, the Wildcats haven't had good lanes to drive with him. Minute 40 and counting, third quarter. 31-22, Oak Ridge on top of the Hilltoppers. Tre with it. Dribbles in, penetrates all the way to the baseline. They get Tyler free for a three, off the shot, good! Three-point shot, Tyler nails it from the outside. Big shot by the junior, and Oak Ridge has a 12-point lead.
Yeah, Dave, a huge lick of relief comes on Tyler's face as that one goes down. You know, it's good for him to hit that one. He hasn't been too consistent. I don't know how well he's feeling tonight, but he hasn't been hitting as of late. You know, hopefully that one will get him into a rhythm. The Oak Ridge leading by 12, you know, it's looking like hopefully, you know, they can continue that and carry him into the state tournament.
Here in a minute, we're going to try to get a scoring update from the Bearden Kingsport Dobbins Bennett ball game. Of course, we're going to remind everybody that the Lady Wildcats are playing Shelbyville in the first round of the state tournament Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern time from the Murphy Center. Couldn't be a tougher draw. Coach Berkey, the former assistant coach, the head coach at Shelbyville now, against Coach Pruden, of course, the longtime coach here, and they worked together for 15 years or so. So there's not going to be any secrets between those when Oak Ridge plays Shelbyville on Thursday night at 7. We're on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Oak Ridge has a 12-point lead. 34-22 the score. Third quarter action here. The winner moves on to play in the state tournament. The loser is done. Wildcats trying to knock off Johnson City for the second time this year, but this came much closer than it was up in Johnson City way back in November. 34-22, minute 28 to play, third quarter. Hilltopper basketball. The Wildcats come out with the press once again, as they have a man-to-man in the rear court. And what's the call? Little debris down on the floor. Hilltoppers will have to inbound that one more time. Minute 25 to play. Oak Ridge has Jared Stevens, Tre Smith in the ballgame, Tyler Clark, Josh Gregory, and Quinche Dowdell. Wildcats by 12. 34-22 the score. Minute 25 to play, third quarter. Hilltoppers looking, firing, pass intercepted Oak Ridge. Tre pulls up, 8-footer, no good. Rebound back to Tre Smith, and he backs it up. Tre Smith sets up the offense for the Wildcats. A minute 17 to play. If not for the debris on the floor, as Jared guns a three. Good! Jared Stevens nails it, and Oak Ridge has their biggest lead at 15.
Finally, good to see Jared Stevens hit a shot. He's got 7 on the night, his first points of the half.
There's a holding foul caught against Oak Ridge, only the second team foul. 57.7 seconds to play, 15-point lead for the Wildcats here, 37-22.
Tell you what, Dave, that shot by Jared Stevens, that looked good. That was his style right there. It looked like a long jump shot. Now, in my opinion, Jared's best shot is the mid-range jumper. That one was just a little longer. You know, maybe he should cut some of his drives off, in my opinion. You know, he's got a good jumper. He can elevate there and get over the shot. So
Hilltoppers leave open a wide open, get a three, and it's wide open. Shot made from Hamilton. Nobody picked him up. Here come the Wildcats down the floor. Their lead is 12. 37-25, 48 seconds to play. Tucker Trent looks to Josh Gregory, backs it up. Wildcats will go for the final shot here in the third quarter. Oak Ridge on top, 37-25. Biggest lead was 15, now it's 12. Tre's having trouble with his dribble. 5-second count is on. He's got to get rid of it. He does to Quinche Dowdell. Quinche stops, gives it over to Tre. 29 seconds to play. They work the ball to the right corner to Demarcus Rogers. Wildcats have the floor spread, trying to play for the final shot. Oak Ridge will get the ball first in the fourth quarter as Oak Ridge leads by 12. 37-25 the score, 16 seconds to play. DeMarcus around a screen dribbles. Penetrates, looks, cannot drive, 11 seconds. DeMarcus still dribbling, penetrating, going in, shooting, no good. Rebound, Oak Ridge, back up with the shot, good! As the third quarter comes to a close. Oak Ridge 8 minutes away from the state basketball tournament, but they got to hold on. They've got a 14-point lead on the Hilltoppers, 39-25, and we'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in 60 seconds. Can you go ask that radio station, the Bearden, Kingsport, Back here on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. Wildcats get the ball first as we start play in the fourth and final quarter. Somebody's season will come to a close tonight. Oak Ridge in the lead with the basketball. Jared Stevens, Quinche dribbles, goes there for the shot and scores! Quinche Dowdell off the glass. And Oak Ridge leads by 16 points. 7:43 to play in the basketball game. Here come the Hilltoppers, moving left to right as we broadcast here from the scorer's table at Johnson City. With the basketball, number 22 for them. That'll be Tre Smith. Guarded by Jared Stevens. Stripped to the ball. Oh, he calls a foul. Little foul called against the Wildcats. 7:32 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge on top, 41-25. And I tell you, this crowd making a really big difference.
That's right. I don't think Science Hill has calmed down since the opening play. I mean, especially on offense, their shots are not falling. I don't know if they're having an off day or if they're just nervous. But, you know, not a lot of shots from the free throw line either for either side. Oak Ridge only 1 for 5 on theirs as Science Hill hits their first of 2. Tre Smith at the line.
Oak Ridge on top, 41-26. 7:32 to play in the ballgame. Wildcats watching them shoot free throws. Tre Smith shoots again, knocks it down. They're going to put a little press on Oak Ridge. Wildcats working into Jared Stevens. Jared in the rear court, lobs it this way to Demarcus Rogers. Wildcats break the press. Here's Tucker in the left corner. Back to Jared Stevens. Right now we've got a halftime score. Kingsport on top of Bearden, 27-26. Oak Ridge basketball. Tucker Trent, top of the circle. To Jared Stevens. Wildcats on top by 14. 7:13 to play in the ball game. The winner goes to the state tournament. The loser is done. Packed house, not a seat to be found here at the Wildcat Arena. Oak Ridge basketball. 7 minutes to play in the ball game. 41-27 the score. The Wildcats in the lead. Hardly any scoring at all, Tim, here in the second half.
That's right, Dave. The Wildcats had a nice push there at the end of the third quarter. And Quinche Dowdell had a bucket to start the fourth. You know, that widened their lead to 14, the largest of the game.
Quinche's in a little trouble, throws the ball to James Michel. James has Tucker free, won't take the three. Back to Jared Stevens it goes. Wildcats in the lead, 41-27, 6:35 to play in the basketball game. The girls are at the state tournament, the boys want to join them. Demarcus Rogers working a ball to the left. Wildcats have time. They work it out to Quinche Dowdell. He stripped of the ball. Taken away by the Hilltoppers. They'll drive in, get a shot blocked. A foul called against Oak Ridge. I think Quinche did catch him on the wrist. 6:21 to play, 41-27. I know in college probably Quinche is going to be handling the ball, but I think probably he would have been better served probably to give it up when he got the ball ripped away from him. It'll be there, Hilltoppers at the free throw line. Deontay Gray, they've hit their free throws down the stretch. 6:21 to play, 41-27, Oak Ridge by 14. Free throw, good. They've done a really good job at the free throw line for Coach Ken Cutlip, head coach of the Hilltoppers. Oak Ridge on top by 13. Wildcats just cannot pull away from the Hilltoppers as they go back to the free throw line with Deontay Gray. 6:21 to play in the ball game. To the line, Deontay Gray, senior, 6'3". Lefty puts it up there, good. Oak Ridge's lead cut to 41-29. Oak Ridge works it into Quinche Dowdell. Quinche brings the ball across the line himself, lobs it and throws the ball to Tyler Clark in the left corner. Wildcat basketball, and then a timeout is asked for by Ricky Norris. 6:14 to play. Oak Ridge holding on to a lead, and I say that because, as we've been saying the whole game, Science Hill just hanging around. Of course, as we get a little further into this quarter, time will not be on their side. These guys can shoot it. The Wildcats have had trouble getting into their offense here, especially in the second half.
Yeah, Dave, Coach Ricky Norris showing his frustration. That time Wildcats come down and nearly throw it away. You know, the Wildcats have been able to get some shots down low. They've got a little bit of a height advantage over Science Hill. Not too successful at the drive, though. Jared Stevens and Demarcus Rogers not being able to get to the basket too much. They combined, I believe, only have 9 points. But hopefully, you know, we'll get to the basket a little more in this half.
41-29 the score, Oak Ridge basketball. Tucker works it into Jared Stevens. Wildcat basketball, got to get the ball down low to Quinche. It's the bread and butter. Wildcats don't need to take a lot of threes. It's Jared Trent. Oh, great pass. James Michel scores because of the penetration by Jared Stevens. Here come the Hilltoppers down the floor. Got to play a little defense now. Outside the three-point line, they'll drive to the right, kick it out to the top. With the basketball, Hilltoppers. They'll drive in, pull up, shoot, on its way, no good. Who's got the rebound? Tucker Trent to Jared Stevens. What's the call? An offensive foul called against Jared Stevens. Oh, my Lord. 5 minutes, 48 seconds to play, 43-29. I don't think he's watching the same game I'm watching, Tim.
No, that was away from the play. I don't even know. Tucker Trent may have barely bumped him, but definitely some good acting there by the Hilltoppers.
Third foul called against Jared. 5:48 to play in the game. 14-point Wildcat lead. Hilltoppers trying to work the ball in, yet to do it. Call the 5. They do get the ball in, then it comes to Gray. Pulls up, blocked shot by Josh Gregory. Taken away by Quinche Dowdell. 5:40 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge by 14. Quinche's dribbling, backing it up. Wildcats have Tyler Clark in the ball game. Jared Stevens is in. Tre Smith and Josh Gregory. 5.5 minutes to play. Jared's finger rolls a shot. No good. Rebound foul. They're going to call it against Josh, I bet. They are going to call it against Josh Gregory. That'll be the 16th foul. Of course, the other offensive foul called a moment ago probably shouldn't have been a charge, but that's what they called. 5:26 to play. Wildcats on top by 14. 43-29 the score. Here come the Hilltoppers down the floor. Oak Ridge by 14, maintaining that lead. But you just kind of still feel nervous about it. Until the final seconds tick down, I'm not going to feel good at all about this because the Hilltoppers are a scary-looking team. Here come the Hilltoppers driving in. Cross court, they dribble the ball out to the top. Elbow shot is a bad shot. Rebounded by Quinche Dowdell. Coach Cutlip can't be happy with that shot. Wildcat basketball up by 14. 4:59 to play. Wildcats have the lead. They can just back it up if they want to. Quinche's going to drive in, pull up, shoot off the glass. No good. A big rebound. Tre Smith, and he scores. What a big offensive rebound by Tre Smith. And Oak Ridge has a 16-point lead. Huge play by Tre.
Yeah, his first points of the half. He came out kind of hot in the first half. He had 4, and his first finally hits the basket in the second as the Hilltoppers work it out to the top of the key, near midcourt. Jared Stevens guarding him. They pass it off to the wing. Number 22, Tre Smith with the ball, working it down low. Give and go. No, stripped by Quinche Dowdell. gives it to Tyler Clark.
And now the floor will come the Wildcats. 4:21 to play in the ball game. Oak Ridge driving. Jared Stevens has his shot blocked and he's fouled. Got smacked in the face. And Jared Stevens, who's already been hammered all season long, got really hammered. You wouldn't be surprised if he didn't have a broken nose. He got hit so hard. As Oak Ridge goes to the free throw line, 4:16 away from the state tournament. The Hilltoppers, 4 minutes and 16 seconds from losing their 4th consecutive Substate ball game. As Jared Stevens goes to the free throw line. 45-29 the score, 16-point advantage for the Cardinal and Gray. Jared Stevens collects himself enough to shoot and knock down a free throw. Oak Ridge leads 17 points, their biggest lead of the night. 46-29. The girls are in the state tournament. They'll play Shelbyville on Thursday. 8 o'clock on Thursday as Jared hits the second toss. Oak Ridge has an 18-point lead. 4:15 to play in the ball game. Here comes Science Hill down the floor. The Wildcats knocked off the Hilltoppers in 2005. The Hilltoppers have lost 3 consecutive Substates, and they're going to lose tonight if the Wildcats can hold on for the Final Four. Here's a shot on its way. Brick City, no good. On the rebound, Quinche Dowdell. And the Wildcats are fouled by the Hilltoppers. It's only the 4th team foul called against the Hilltoppers, and Oak Ridge will get the basketball. And Tim, the Wildcats 3 minutes and 58 seconds away from the state basketball tournament.
That's right, Dave. Not too much offense from the Wildcats tonight, but they're able to just, edge their way ahead as they gradually increase their lead. The Hilltoppers not able to answer as Jared Stevens drives right down, fouled hard again. That looked a little bit unsportsmanlike there.
Looked like should have been an intentional call, but our friend from Chattanooga not going to call that as Oak Ridge goes to the free throw line trying to go up by 20 points. 3:52 to play, and I'm starting to feel it here, Tim Youngkin. I think the Wildcats are going to be at Middle Tennessee State next week.
I think so. It's got to be a good feeling for the Wildcats. As this game starts to wind down a little bit. They're going back to the tournament as Jared puts it up, and it's good. His only points tonight have come off free throws and three-pointers. He's penetrated the lane well, hadn't pulled out for too many jump shots, and not able to make any layups as he's been fouled hard, almost every time by the Hilltoppers.
Second toss, good. 20-point lead. Science Hill going home. Wildcats are going to knock off the Hilltoppers here at the Wildcat Arena. They're up by 20 points. 49-29 the score. Here comes Johnson City. 3 minutes and 45 seconds to play. The Wildcats are headed to Middle Tennessee State University. They, like the girls, will get an opportunity to play for the state championship as Oak Ridge has taken care of their home floor. They're going to knock off the Hilltoppers. Missed shot by Johnson City. Rebound and then a travel called against Tre Smith. 3 minutes, 31 seconds to play. Wildcats trying to win their 32nd game of the year. The Oak Ridge fans have had a fun one to watch here as the Wildcats get ready to have a couple days of practice and then a trip to Murphy Center. Johnson City with the basketball, 3:27 to play. For those of us who have followed basketball in the state of Tennessee as they miss another shot, Oak Ridge has the rebound. Quinche Dowdell behind the back pass to Tre. Drives along the baseline, throws it inside of Quinche, drives in, shoots and scores. Quinche Dowdell has big numbers tonight as we thought he might. He's got 24 points in the ball game, and Oak Ridge is late. Here's another steal. Jared Stevens has it to Tre Smith. Wildcat basketball. Now the route is on here at the Wildcat Arena. Tre puts it in and scores. Wildcats blowing out the Hilltoppers. And here comes Johnson City down the floor. Their season will come to an end in 2 minutes and 49 seconds to play. They finally get one in, and Coach Cutlip calls a timeout. But it's not going to matter. The Wildcats are going to Murfreesboro. Oak Ridge on top. 53-31. This will be 4 consecutive losses by the Hilltoppers and 3 straight wins, the longest winning streak ever by Oak Ridge over Johnson City, as the Wildcats will go 9-20 all time against the Hilltoppers, and Ricky Norris is headed back to the state tournament for his second time.
That's right, Dave. It's good to see the Oak Ridge Wildcats, getting some points here down the stretch. Their rebounding has been strong all game, and that's one of the main reasons, that they're finally edging away. The Hilltoppers still not able to hit any shots. Time is slowly ticking down here. We have 2:45 to play, and after this game, the Wildcats will have a nice little break before heading to Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The score is 53-31, Oak Ridge on top, as Tyler Clark will inbound it.
And
He works it
he'll work the ball in. It comes to Tre Smith. Works the ball across to Jared Stevens. Jared works it across the line. Gives it to Josh Gregory for the shot. No good. Almost looked like he was hammered, but no call. Here come the Hilltoppers. Driving. Layup. Foul called. Tyler Clark. 2.5 minutes to play. Oak Ridge on top, 53-31. And this huge crowd here at the Wildcat Arena has had a lot to cheer about tonight. Third quarter was kind of a little bit sluggish in terms of offense, but the Wildcats have got it going like they normally do in the fourth quarter, and they're blowing out the Hilltoppers.
Yeah, big crowd coming out tonight. They were excited early, but it was a kind of fast game, but not too much scoring. So the student section has stayed in it. The rest of the crowd hasn't been too loud. This gym isn't nearly as loud as B Gym or the one at Bearden. And
because the ceiling's so tall. I mean, as the second toss is missed, rebound to the Hilltoppers. They're trailing by 21 points, 53-32, 2:29 to play. Tim, are you up for some player interviews after the ball game? I know you don't like doing it, but
well, Dave, I'm ready for it. If I get a chance to watch the game, I'm able to formulate some questions and hopefully get some decent ones.
Oak Ridge basketball. Here it goes to Tyler Clark. 2:20 to play. Oak Ridge headed to Murfreesboro. The girls, the guys, both going with an opportunity to play for a state championship. Jared Stevens dribbles past his man, drives in for the shot, no good, and he's fouled again. Jared is doing a good job. He's doing the custodian's job tonight because he's mopped up the floor with his body. He's been hammered down so many times.
Yeah, Dave, I mean, every time he goes to the basket, he's hit hard. That scares me a little bit. I'd like to see him, maybe just dribble around outside, but with the 5-second call and everything, he's got to do something. And as he hits his first free throw, he improves on the night for him to 12 points.
And he only had, I think, 4 at halftime, I believe. So big time for Jared to get free. Oak Ridge on top by 22. 54-32 the score. 2:09 to play. The Wildcats will sweep the Hilltoppers in 2008 as Jared hits the free throw. Wildcats headed for victory here tonight at the Wildcat Arena. We'll have player interviews. We'll have Coach Ricky Norris. We'll have reaction, hopefully some scores. I don't know if Josh has any other scores back at the studios, WATOs. Quinche gets a steal. Be great to have a dunk as the Hilltoppers get a shot off good. Nice spinning jumper by number 34, Deontay Gray. Wildcat lead is 21, 55-34. A timeout is asked for. We haven't taken a break. Send it back to Josh Murray. 55-34 Oak Ridge. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Back here at the Wildcat Arena on AM 1290 WATO, Oak Ridge on top, 55-34. Mike, do you have an update on the Bearden Kingsport Dobbins Bennett score?
40-33 Kingsport in the third quarter.
Looks like Kingsport will be headed to the state tournament. Bearden went on the road and looks like they're not going to be beaten. That kind of surprises me a little bit, Tim, but I think the Wildcats win took a lot out of them as Oak Ridge prepares to shoot again. No good. Tip back up and a near dunk by Jared Stevens. He got up there and almost jammed it home.
Great elevation there. One-handed, left-handed grab. It may have just slipped out of his hand a little bit, but he was definitely high enough to put that one down.
55-34 the score. Hilltoppers closing it out here. They get a shot off. It's up. No good. Rebound back up. No good. Again, they get a shot off. No good. Rebounded by Oak Ridge. Coming out there, Demarcus Rogers. A dunk to close it out would be nice. Demarcus brings it across the line. 55-34, and the subs to get the officials did a good job to get the subs in before the game. And a standing ovation. Listen to the crowd here at the Wildcat Arena. They come to their feet for these guys because we know where we're going next week. It's Middle Tennessee State.
That's right, the seniors coming off the floor. Quinche Dowdell, Tre Smith, Jared Stevens, Josh Gregory. Big game tonight for many of them.
55 seconds and counting. The Wildcats have it spread. The Hilltoppers have their younger players in. Oak Ridge on top by 21. 55-34 the score. Here at the Wildcat Arena, the Wildcats saw the girls knock off Morristown West to win their Substate, and the guys are going to knock off Science Hill tonight. 55-34 the score. We're down to 35 seconds. Demarcus got his pocket picked, and they get a layup, and he missed it. On the rebound, Tyler Clark. Tyler ripped to the ball. They get another opportunity for a layup, and they score. Good hustle by Gavin Duncan, 5'9" sophomore. And here come the Wildcats down the floor. 55-36 to score. Tyler brings the ball across the line. We're down to 15 seconds to play. They're still guarding man-to-man out high. The Wildcats are just trying to win the ball game. Here it goes to Tucker Trent. 8 seconds to play here. 55-36 to score, and the Ricky Norris chant goes up from the student section. Oak Ridge has won by a final score of 55-36. The Wildcats sweep the Hilltoppers, and they'll head to Middle Tennessee State University next week. Congratulations to Coach Norris, Coach Herring, Coach Jones, Coach Travis Walls, and to the Wildcats who have knocked off the Hilltoppers by a final score of 55-36. Nice win for the Wildcats, and congratulations. The Wildcats are headed to state tournament once again.
Yeah, good job on the game tonight by all of the Wildcats. As they come out, they put the hard press on Science Hill, and the Hilltoppers were just never able to get their offense in gear, scoring just 36 points on the game. On the offensive end, Quinche Dowdell was dominant. He's had 16 in the first half, ended up with 24 very high percentage shots, able to get it. He had a huge advantage down low, size advantage, jumping advantage, everything. He had 24 on the Hilltoppers tonight. Jared Stevens ended up with 13. Many of those were free throws. He hit a high percentage of those. He also had 2 3-pointers on the night. Tucker Trent with 3. James Michel with 2. Go.
We'll take a break here, Tim. We'll send it back to our engineer, Josh Murray, back at the station. We'll come back and we'll get a complete rundown of the statistics. The Wildcats win it 55-36, and we'll be back to the Wildcat Arena in 2 minutes.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. The Oak Ridge Wildcats have just knocked off the Science Hill Johnson City Hilltoppers in the Substate ball game by the score of 55-36. Hard-fought first half. It was close at the half. The Hilltoppers hung around for quite a while until late in the second. Oak Ridge Wildcats just pulled away with a lot of buckets. Quinche Dowdell was hot in the first half, and Coach Ricky Norris is here. I'll let you do the interview, Dave.
Okay, that's really quick for him to come out here. Let's hand the mic to him. Coach, I don't know what you were worried about all day. Just joking. I mean, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
I know what you like best about this is getting to watch your guys celebrate, especially these seniors who a couple of them went to the state tournament a few years ago, but they're headed back once again. I know you're very pleased with that and pleased with the way your guys played. Had a little trouble in the third quarter getting into an offense. Give credit to Science Hill, but once you got into that offense, you ran away with it.
Yeah, did a good job defensively all night. Hit them to 36, and they got 4 there in the last minute. So defensively, we were pretty good. Our guys were getting after it, didn't give them any second shots, handled the ball. I think they had 17 at the half, and 4 of those were off runouts. We didn't get back defensively, and 2 of them we got back cut on one of their out-of-bounds underneath plays. So I'm very proud of our defensive effort. Our offense wasn't super, but, when you defend like that, you give yourself a great chance to win. So, I'm happy for the guys. Like you said, it's almost anticlimactic, after all the emotions last week. It was just like tonight, when you won, you could breathe. It wasn't all the emotions that were spent last week. So,
Coach, I don't know. It was a lot of fun being in here. Jim, the students were awesome, and you probably were totally oblivious to that.
Totally tonight. I've noticed it at other games, but tonight did not. We can start planning now for our trip and getting tape and other people. It's been sort of, I don't know, whatever you call it, taboo. Is that right? Where you won't talk about it and don't want to do anything for it. But now we're going to be able to sit down and start getting ideas together and play for a state championship. That's got a nice ring to it, Dave. I like that. I'm going to say that a couple times.
Coach, let me ask you something. Just, coming in, obviously you had beaten them in November. Did you feel that you had the best team?
Yeah, we did. After watching tape, we felt like that we were a bad matchup for them because the way they want to play is the way we want to play, and I just felt like our players were better, across the board. I just felt like we were the better, most talented team and playing the same way. So, you know, if they're a more inside-oriented team, then you worry about matchups and how things play out. But, you know, when they play the same style and you feel like you got better players, it's a good feeling. And, you know, but as a coach, a lot of times that's what worries you is that good feeling. You know, and, of course, that was the way today.
Looks like Kingsport's going to eliminate Bearden tonight. They're up 61-54.
Wow. I'm glad we won last Thursday.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that kind of put a damper on their season.
They've got to be. I mean, Kingsport's got to have a really nice squad to be able to do that to Bearden.
Coach, one other couple more things. Early on in the ball game, just totally dominating inside performance by Quinche Dowdell.
Yeah, man, he was awesome tonight. You know, when I saw him go out of his across the lane to get an offensive rebound, I thought, well, Quinche is going to play. You know, he's here to play tonight, and he was. He was active, finished most of his shots, was good defense. You know, Q wanted this really bad, as did all of our guys. But, you know, it was 9 guys focused in on one thing, and when that happens, you know, you can do some good things as we proved. It's been a great year. You know, no matter what happens now, you know, what we've done has been great. You know, you go up there and make noise and win a championship, it's a dream year. You know, it's not happened on the boys' side in 45 years, and the game's changed a lot in those 45 years. So, you know, it's just something that had been.
You and I were born since then.
Yeah, a long time, as my dad was born. Thank you, thanks. But, you know, so it's just exciting to have a chance. You know, we're going to go up there, and this team's mindset, David, we may go and lose the first game, I don't know, but we're going to, we don't have to talk them into the fact that we've got a chance to win it. And that says something, because a lot of times when you go, you have to spend a week or so trying to talk them into the fact that you can go up there and compete, and that's not the case at all.
Coach, I'd love to talk to you about everybody on the team, I know, and we will get an opportunity to do that. But, you know, Jared didn't have a good first half shooting the ball. Obviously, he was still playing hard as he always does. But just couldn't get the shots to fall. Had 4 points at the halfway mark. Finished the game with about 18, I think.
Yeah, Tyler Clark, Jared was great. Tyler Clark was gutted. He was throwing up before the game, left and right, and looked terrible. I mean, looked absolutely terrible. And, you know, like we talked, it's just a deal where with this team, something happens to somebody, and we got 8 other guys ready to step up. You know, Tyler did the best he could and gutted it out, and his teammates picked him up. So, you know, I'm proud of all the guys across the board. They all deserve it. They're all workers. They've all, you know, competed in practice every day. We've not had little issues that you hear coaches have with their team all the time. And, you know, so it's exciting.
Coach, I'm gonna let you go here. Congratulations once again. I know you're excited about this. I know you're excited for the guys, and good luck at Murfreesboro.
All right, David, thanks.
It's Coach Ricky Norris. Let's see, we got some player interviews about to fire up down on the floor here. Let's see here. Let's see where Tim Youngkin is. See if I can find him out on the center of the floor. And I'm looking, and maybe we'll turn our mic on to see if we got Tim Youngkin with some player interviews. I'm looking for him. He's got Jared Stevens. And, well, I think he can go ahead and start it. He can go ahead and start with Jared if Tim is ready. I think he's ready to. Well, I'm kind of just holding off here, waiting for Tim to go here. And I believe he's got his first player interview. And well, I think he's going to get Jared.
Jared, not too big of an. You have 4 points in the first half tonight. You ended up with I think 13. What are some things you need to work on for the state tournament?
All I got to do is just keep working on my shooting, working on defense, and we'll be successful.
All right, y'all had a good press tonight. Your teammates, you know, took care of you a little bit. You guys let them hang around for a little while, but then you were able to pull away. Your thoughts on the game?
I mean, we came out. We weren't shooting the ball that well on offense, but we came out. Defense kept playing hard, so we got up.
Okay, I believe this is your second trip to the state tournament. Is that correct?
Yeah, second.
Okay, that's got to be exciting for you. Do you think this team can get it done?
With no doubt in my mind. I mean, so far we've been playing better than anybody in the state, I feel, and I think we can go down there and bring the gold ball back to Oak Ridge.
All right, Jared, about had a slam with that. I mean, it looked like it slipped out of your hands, man. What happened?
I mean, I came with the left hand. I mean, I'm not that good with the left hand, but I need to practice that a little bit more, and I'll make it next time.
Hey, that's all right. Congratulations tonight, Jared. Oak Ridge Wildcats headed to the state tournament. I'm waiting for someone else to come out. Let's see if I can find someone here. Okay. let's see, searching the floor. Not too many Wildcats have come out tonight. Pretty big victory over the Science Hill Hilltoppers. Tre Smith, here we are. Good win over the Science Hill Hilltoppers tonight. You came out with a pretty good offensive spark. You and Quinche did in the first half. Your thoughts about the ball game tonight?
I thought we did pretty good. We really wasn't into it like the Bearden game, I guess, because we never seen them really play. But I think we did pretty good.
Yeah, Bearden obviously a lot more intimidating than this Science Hill team. But you guys came out with good press. But what are some things you guys need to work on for the state tournament?
I think we came out slow on shooting today. I think we need to work on our shooting a little bit better, our defense.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. Have you been to the state tournament before, Tre? Were you with the team in 2005, I believe? No. Okay. Well, this has got to be an exciting time for you. What makes you think this team can get it done?
We just we close together. We just chill a lot, and I think we got it. What it takes to get there.
All right. Good chemistry. That's always important. Thanks a lot, Tre, and congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Tim. I appreciate that. We're on AM 1290 WATL. Let's see if Tim can find somebody else. Tyler wasn't feeling too good tonight, but had a tremendous three that was really big as the music continues to play here at the Wildcat Arena. Let's see if Tim is able to go with Tyler Clark, and let's see. I don't know if he really feels like it. I see Quinche Dowdell over in the corner, and Tim's trying to wander over there and talk to him. I see Rick Daniels Mulholland standing over there, the University of Tennessee player. I'd love to talk to him. He was on the last team. Let's see if we can get Tim an opportunity to talk to Quinche, who is totally dominating in the ball.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. I'm here with Quinche Dowdell.
Somebody else
came out with a big first half, I believe.
Let's get that interview with
Quinche
Tim
came out big in the first half, had 16 points early. Quinche, did you feel like you had to provide a spark for this team to get going?
Oh yeah, I had to establish myself early. You know, they were gonna key in on me, and if I didn't produce, you know, it could have been a long night.
Yeah, that was definitely good leadership. You played great on defense, good rebounding. But what are some things this team needs to work on for the state tournament?
You know, I don't know. Coach knows. You know, we'll practice that all week. You know, I can't single out one thing right now. I know, but we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, you guys playing pretty well, but you got a little time off here before the state tournament starts. You've been to the state tournament once before, is that correct? Oh, yeah. And you're going back. It's got to be a good feeling. What makes you think this team can get it done this year?
Maturity. You know, we're an experienced team, and I think we can get it. I think we can come back with the gold.
All right, thanks a lot, Quinche. 24 points on the night. We'll see you at state. I'm going to send it back to you, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Tim. I appreciate that. We're on AM 1290 WATO. Tim Youngkin still wandering around talking with people after this victorious night. The Wildcats have won the Substate 55-36. And I see him heading towards Rick Daniels Mulholland, member of the University of Tennessee Vols. He was on the last Substate team that knocked off the Hilltoppers. Let's see if Rick will talk to Tim. He's talking with him over there. Let's go to Tim Youngkin with Rick Daniels Mulholland.
I'm here with Rick Daniels Mulholland, a member of the 2005 Wildcats. They went to state after beating Science Hill in Substate. Did this game remind you of that game at all, Rick?
Man, it did. I was thinking about that. I went to the region championship game. I just thinking about it the whole time, you know, I was here, and, you know, it's just a great win. And coming here at this game, it just brought me back, you know. And I never got to play in this gym before, but it's a great place to play, and they really made me proud.
Yeah, I can't say the atmosphere tonight was like the one in 2005 in B-Gym. It was really loud. You were coming off a great region tournament where you were the MVP. You know, do you think the Wildcats have the players this year to make it?
I think they do. I haven't seen the competition. I know Middle and West Tennessee has a lot of great players, but after seeing them these past couple of games, I think they really do have great potential. And you know, you get to the state tournament, you never know. A couple of games here, things go your way, and you can go really far. So we'll see.
All right, thanks a lot for your time, Rick. We'll catch you later.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
All right, and I'll send it back to you, Dave.
Thanks a lot, Tim. I appreciate that. The Wildcats have won the Substate ball game 55-36. Let me get the hardest working man in radio, Tim Youngkin, over here. Just did some player interviews, and why don't we just take a quick break, and then we'll let Tim catch his breath, and then he can run down the final statistics. Oak Ridge wins it 55-36. We'll be back with a look at the final stats following this 2-minute timeout.
Welcome back to the Wildcat Arena. Tim Youngkin alongside David Clary. The Oak Ridge Wildcats just closed out the Substate game versus the Science Hill Johnson City Hilltoppers by the score of 55-36. I'll just run down some of the stats for you. Can't start the stats without mentioning Quinche Dowdell. Came out on fire. 16 in the first half. He ended up with 24 in the game. Tre Smith with 8 on the game. Jared Stevens with 13, couple three-pointers, lots of hit free throws. Tucker Trent had a three-pointer, as did Tyler Clark. Demarcus had a pair of points, as did James Michel. On the other side of things, Dante Gray led the Hilltoppers with 8. Chris Smith with 7. They had a few players with 4, 2. They spread the ball out, but they were just not able to hit consistently, especially from the outside. The Wildcats came out with a great press, but their offense wasn't in key at first. Finally, I think, is it not?
Yes, it is. Go ahead. It was. Okay. Well, anyway, the final score of the ball game, Tim, good job, was 55-36 the score. Why don't you run down those stats just one more time, Tim?
All right, Dave. Quinche Dowdell finished with 24 on the night. Tre Smith with 8. Jared Stevens with 13. He had a pair of three-pointers. Many free throws. He shot a good percentage. Not too many free throws shot tonight, though. The referees from Upper East Tennessee not calling too much under the basket. Tucker Trent had a three-pointer, as did Tyler Clark. And James Michel had a pair of points, along with Demarcus Rogers. On the Hilltopper side of things, they weren't able to connect at all from the outside. Maybe one three-pointer on the night. Deontay Gray, I believe, had 8 points. He led them, and their points were a little bit spread out. The Wildcats are going to be heading to the state tournament after this Substate win over Science Hill by the score of 55-36.
Tim, I appreciate. Good job, and I'm sorry you had to do it twice, but I appreciate that. Final score of the ball game was 55-36. Tim, our next broadcast of Oak Ridge High School basketball will be Thursday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, unless there is a change for the Middle Tennessee State girls. The Lady Wildcats taking on Shelbyville. We won't know until Saturday who the boys will be playing in the state tournament, but the good news is we do know they are going to the state tournament, and that's all that matters.
That's right. First time since 2005, they'll be joining the girls. The girls tournament taking place Thursday through
Saturday,
I believe, in the Glass House, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. I'm not sure what the competition is like, but I'm sure
good.
the atmosphere is going to be.
We got a tough draw in Shelbyville. I mean, that's Coach Berkey down there. Shelbyville's got a tradition, 12 state championships, the winningest program in the state of Tennessee in women's basketball. But you got to play them sometime. Might as well play them first when you have 3 days practice. Mike, you have any final comments before we close it out?
David, this has been an outstanding season for the Oak Ridge Wildcats. You know, I'm glad that I could be part of this, to get to watch some of these games and listen to you and Tim and Brian on the radio. It's just been an awesome season. Enjoyed it very much. Hope the fans out there have enjoyed it as much as I have. Goodness gracious knows it's unbelievable. We've got 2 teams going to the state, so it's not over, David. Been 45 years since the Oak Ridge boys won a state championship. Could this be the year? I sure hope so.
So do I, and so do all Oak Ridge fans. Let's close it out here. We appreciate our people on the cable tonight. We had Michael Singleton, we had James Branson, we had Taylor Lane, and Nick Settles. Appreciate Josh Murray back in the studios at WATO. Appreciate Brian Liffler, Mike Sheehan. Of course, Tim, you did a great job, and I know you didn't want to do those interviews, but you're getting good at those. So you should continue those. That should be your new career here. Anyway, the Wildcats do win the Substate here, 55-36 over the Hilltoppers. Until Thursday night when we come on at probably at around 7:30, maybe 7:15. We'll get that in the paper for you to know the exact time. It's Oak Ridge and Shelbyville. For all the people I mentioned, this is David Clary saying
So long,